Hi, everybody. This month we're talking all about strategic planning. I want to talk a little bit about how you determine a marketing budget. It's not an easy thing. I walk into a lot of businesses and talk with many business owners from small businesses to Fortune 500 companies, and determining a marketing budget can be a complex and challenging part of any business. The experts say out there that a company should typically spend somewhere between 5 and 10% of their revenue on marketing alone. And if you're including a sales team, that you're typically looking at a total of 13 to 15%. I'm sure some of you are thinking that that's a lot of money and a big percentage of your revenue. One of the things that I think goes into it is really looking at what are your business objectives. If you're looking to have high growth and have 10% growth versus 50% growth of your company, but you're only willing to put in 0.5% or a percentage into your marketing budget to drive new leads, new exposure, then you're really off on your strategy from a business versus what you're developing as your strategy for marketing. So determining a budget is a really tough piece, and it's looking at what are your goals as a company, what money do you have to spend as far as available funds, and what do you want to put into it to achieve your goals. And you should be really looking at having both an annual budget, this is what we're going to spend this year, but then breaking it down and trickling it into quarters and months so you can really, when you're working with a firm or internal teams, understand each month what are you trying to achieve and what is possible with the budget that's available to use for that year. One other last thing I'd like to add in is if you're looking at large projects, things like websites, iPhone apps, or some other long-term project, you really want to pull that out of your total budget as a separate line item so that you can have it as a piece that you're building. And especially if it's something that's going to last 3 to 5 years or even 7 years like a website, where you're doing that initial build, you want to pull that money out, think of it as a 3-year investment, and if you're taking 2% of your annual revenue, putting it towards web development over a 3-year period, what could that number be to do the project right? And then what are you putting in each month after that for the next 3 to 5 years? So really thinking of those large projects as outside of the budget. So when you're looking at budgeting, make sure you're taking in a lot of these different factors, but also make sure that you don't have no budget. It's definitely a mistake to not have any numbers figured out at all and have no plan in place. So I hope you come to our strategic planning seminar, and we look forward to seeing you soon.